Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The best relationship experts. Now, I know y'all looking at this picture of Sweet Dick Willie is played by Robin Harris from the classic film Do the Right Thing. Y'all wondering, man, what y'all got that brother up in there for? You know what? I was really thinking about it. Now, the title of this video, The Best Relationship Expert. And really, just to be clear, I'm dead serious on this. Like, I'm going to tell you what. I remember years ago, right? I wanted to do like a seminar series, right? But I wanted to have all players up in there, right? I wanted to have all players up in there, right? I couldn't get them to do it though, cause they didn't want to get up and they were like, "Hey, Ron, hey, I can't be showing my face. I'm messing with too many women and all of that." I always said, real players, they actually low key and stuff. They be going in and out of too many homes and whatnot, hopping at fences. But they could probably tell you every alleyway in a certain part of any city and whatnot, right? But the best relationship experts are not those people who are, they might call themselves psychologists or therapists or whatever, or they got some degree in sociology or anything like that. And I personally think that's why we had so much of a problem, because the people who are like that, they're coming from a more technical perspective. If you want to get down and dirty, ask the people who are actually doing it. See, understand, they don't teach. They really, in any formal setting, teach you how to relate to another human being. That's something you either learn or you don't learn through life. Schools don't really teach it. You might have some dating coaches doing some seminars and stuff, but at the end of the day, the real experts are those people been doing it since they were young. You want to deal with, if you want to have an idea about the interaction of male and female, ask the people who are right there in it. Ask the players, and that's the male and female players. Let's just be clear about that. Ask those people who get multiple mates. First of all, you have to be a social genius to deal with multiple people like that, for one simple reason: you dealing with different personalities. So is the person, and I've said this before, the average person has maybe 30 people they'll meet in life they're really compatible to. And that's in life. That's the average person. Now you get some of these players, these ladies, men, these women players, shoot, they be dealing with a whole lot of people, not just on a sexual level, but just period. Because the one thing about people like that, they tend to get along with people even without the sex. Those are the real experts. Those are the ones who really develop something. Another category is sex workers. You can learn if you meet somebody, like I've known some strippers, right? Known a couple strippers, well, maybe more than a couple, and this is just outside of their work. I get to know them and they say, well, Ron, I dance at this place or something like that. They have a great insight into people, because think about it. They dealing with, like, those type of sex workers or prostitutes, they deal with a variety of people. They deal with a variety of men and, some of their cases, women as well. So they have a perspective on relationships. And really, it comes down to just street smarts. It really does. And it's something that's not taught. It's something that people develop. See, one thing I've noticed a lot of, if you really pay attention to a lot of what's out there, it's very technical. And the word should is used a lot, but human relations are dynamic. Human relations, there's some things that will always stay the same for millennia, but then there's some things that's going to be different. Every single time a person interacts with a person, he's going to get something different. There's going to be some stuff that's the same. Or a woman, she dealing with several different men. Yeah, all of them are biologically male. So whatever comes with that, they can deal with it, but then they got to deal with individuals. So when you meet people like that, they have the best perspective on everything. You know, those are the people we need to be asking. See, if I have a problem or something, believe it or not, I wouldn't go to any type of counselor or therapist. If Rom has a problem, I'm going to find the players I actually know and say, hell, what's up? This what's going on. Oh yeah, Rom will go, but it just be certain people I'm going to go to. And, you know, they would say, over the years, they'll say, yeah, you need to deal with this, or this what I see. And I'm like, okay. And usually I judge them by how many, like, you know, how many women I've seen them interact with. Or women. There's so many women out there. You know, you got so many women complaining about they can't find a decent man. And they don't have any. And I know some women. It was one sister I knew. And she wasn't even an adjustable 6. She was just 6 because she didn't like fixing up. In fact, I knew a couple like that. They couldn't get rid of men. Be lined up around the block. I've talked about them before too. I've known quite a few like that. But they were just good at just dealing with different people. Those are the real experts. Like I've mentioned to some people, a lot of people who read my book, Nice Guys and Players, know I mentioned this guy named Jim. And I've mentioned him on a couple of these videos. If I can get that dude to just do an interview on a video, that video will go viral. And no disrespect to like many of the dating coaches out here now, and you know, there's a few I just really respect, and who got perspective, and or you know, brothers out here, or men, period, not just brothers, but just men, period. And if I get this dude on the mic, he put me out of business. But the dude is just chilling. But that dude got more perspective on a woman than anything. Just people, period. That dude, he just look at your face and tell you what's up with you. I've seen him do that. He look at a total stranger's face and be like, yeah, this person, this how they gonna behave. He'll call it. And I remember he did that several times. He'll see somebody I knew. I introduced this so-and-so and so-and-so. And that dude would tell me all about the person. And I'll be like, damn, I ain't never say anything about this person to you. How you know him like that? And he'd be like, Romeo, it's me. But you got those folks out there. Personally, you know, I think a lot of things can be solved if we get out our mindset that somebody has to have some type of credentials or some type of validation from some university or some title to be able to dispense advice. You know, sometimes it's those street cats. It's those people. It's the sweet dick willies who, you know, even though they might not have a job, be sitting there just clowning people all day, but they going in and out of people's houses. I've seen dudes like that. They be like in the morning and stuff. They on a corner drinking and stuff, chilling with some guys. And in the afternoon, he said, "Look, I got roll from y'all. I got to make my rounds. You know, be going through that back door and stuff." Now, some of them, they make their rounds in the morning when the husbands go to work. Now, people can have a problem, but you got to think about the psychology behind that type of man. You know? You got to really think about what they know, what they see. Right? Because those dudes, and the women, man, a lot of these women, you know, it's funny, right? I see all these women, they trying to figure out, how can I get that man? Shoot, find that street dude. Oh, that street woman. Find that woman. Like, I knew this woman, right? This woman, she had dudes just handing her money. And she was cool as hell, though, because she break off Rom some. But Rom was never into pimping. So, let's just get that straight. But she still break off Rom some, right? But they just hand her stuff. But she just had that perspective. And, you know, and it's funny, right? I remember this woman I hooked up with in Puerto Rico back in the day, right? Older woman, right? And I remember something. She used the term for kind of people who had that type of wisdom. She used country folk. because she said I was country folk, right? Reason she said that because when I was down there in, I went down to Puerto Rico, visited a friend from college, and met this woman. We ended up getting together. But, it was like me, my friend, and her. We were hanging out. We were in San Juan chilling. And for people who might have been to San Juan, there's some type of little area, some type of neighborhood. It's between like the beach and like this big wall in San Juan. I don't know what that area was called. But my friends were like, oh yeah, that's a bad area. Police don't even like going in there. And Uncle Rom is a little bit crazier than y'all might realize, at least back then before, I mellowed out a bit. I was like, oh yeah, it's rough like that? Let's go! and the woman, she just laughed, but she said that's why I was country folk. Because, I ain't care. I know how to read stuff. Because she even said, she could walk through there and nobody was going to bother. Because she was like that. She was like that. Probably didn't have a high school diploma. But she just had that observations about people. She could deal with people. So, sometimes I think we need to get their voices out there. We need to listen to them. If anybody got that friend like that, ask them. They'll tell you a lot. Especially if they are indeed country folk. And basically that's just people who don't rely on, shall we say, textbook way of doing things. Just got that street thing going. Yeah, definitely. And I think, I think those are the best experts. Now, people might argue with me and all that, but I ain't saying all of them are. But you get those people, you get the sweet dick willies of the world. Or you get that woman who's living in the hood, got a bunch of guys sponsoring her. She ain't working a day. She ain't even taking welfare. Like that one woman I mentioned earlier. She said she was off work for a year and a half. Didn't have to take any type of assistance because so many dudes were giving her money. And the bad part is he wasn't having sex with most of them. So, So, holler at them. Just seriously. They got some stuff with them. Check them out. Go hug your country folk. And, if you get somebody who look like Sweet Dick Willie, it seem like you walking through your neighborhood, you have a conversation with your lady or something. Yeah, y'all. Anyway, y'all. That's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.